Okay, we're back, and I wanted to show you guys the track change mechanism. So what's happening is you see this little wheel that the light is pointed on. It's got like a little sets of grooves, and it's sort of a stepping function. So what it does when this big solenoid back here gets pulsed, and I'll operate this with a screwdriver. Well, you see it move. So the heads move in one of four positions every time the solenoid when you do the track change. And so it moves everything on a rack, and it moves these things. I've seen something similar to this on these military radio tuning mechanisms, but it's a kind of a step, and it's very precise. And every time you hit the relay, it just cycles it through one of four positions, I think, on to move the group of heads up and down to hit all the tracks on the 8-track. Now, if you notice, this thing was gnarly. I mean, it looked like, again, somebody poured pancake syrup and mud on it. I mean, it was nasty, and this stuff was completely dried. It wouldn't even work. So I had to take, the brush and the lacquer thinner, work it in there. Look, I got all the grease out, and I went with the spindle grease. Nice thin coating, but it was thorough, and it got all over there. I got it underneath and on top. It's a little bit tricky to get, but you have to do that to make sure it operates and you don't have any trouble with it. There's also a slide mechanism at the bottom that you can see. So that's the solenoid lever, and so you probably want to put a little bit of grease. That also had a lot of dried up grease on it. So
Which part are you talking about?
straight down. See that little U-shaped? It's held in by a screw. It's down in there,
Where
and
is it relative to the spring?
it's right here. So this piece right here, this is the part that moves.
Oh, okay.
It's a little foot, and it actually operates. That's what connects this device to the solenoid. So when you hit it, it moves it up and down. So that needs to be cleaned and lubricated. But you can check it usually manually by taking a screwdriver or a hook tool and just pulling it, making sure everything's free before you ever fire the unit up. One last thing, last piece we're going to talk about is the spindle. So this piece right here, it's pretty massive. You can see they went to a lot of trouble doing this, but you can see that the spindle is right here, and there's a bronze cap, a bearing it rides in this guy, and there's one in the top. The top one we get from the top when we pull a pulley off. The bottom one, I'll show you
the spindle, the thing that
drives the tape.
The capstan.
Capstan, yeah, the pinch roller rides on that. So I'm going to pause it for a minute. I'm going to flip the door open here and